Hello, I'm Nicole and welcome to another vlog. I've been doing a bit of work on my first romance novel, which I'm calling Project 2A, but this vlog, I'm taking you along for some other fun writing and author-related content. This morning started off with a nice breakfast while looking over my manuscript so far, and of course I had to have a nice cup of iced matcha with it. Good morning and happy Friday. It is June 2nd and June is my birthday month, and as a gift to myself, I really want to get this second draft done and onto the next stage, onto the next part of editing. This morning there is going to be no writing, but I have been taking some time to kind of fill myself in on what I've been missing in my second draft. The last time I left you off, I was finishing Camp NaNoWriMo and I had made a whole bunch of progress on my second draft. I have been writing a little bit here and there, adding a couple things, but nothing really concrete or spending the time doing it. And yeah, this morning I am just trying to help myself fill in the gaps of what I need to add, because my next step in my plan is to fill in all the gaps that I have, add in those extra chapters I had been planning on adding but haven't added in yet. And there are some chapters that I have left unfinished. A couple scenes I kind of like wrote the middle of, but not the intro or the exit. And once I finish filling in all the gaps, adding in everything I want, I am going to print out my entire manuscript. I want to print my manuscript out because I've been finding that when I have been trying to do edits like directly on my laptop with the Word document there, I'm just editing. I'm not writing, but oftentimes my editing spirals into writing, which was good for Camp NaNoWriMo. I wanted to add a whole bunch of stuff, but definitely once I complete the second draft, making all the edits to turn it into my third draft, I just want to focus on the editing and absorbing the story as is without the liberty to make a whole bunch of changes. And I think the way to do that is either printing it all on paper or putting it into a PDF. But paper sounds really appealing to me, to be able to write and scribble freely wherever I want, get away from my laptop for a little bit. So I am really looking forward to that. Recently, I have really been enjoying making kind of like a matcha latte, but not really. I just combine cold water with some ice and a little bit of cream and then pour my matcha on top, and it's been really delicious when I don't want to drink like a full cup of milk. And yeah, that's what I'm going to get up to this morning, just doing a little bit of review, and the real writing will come later this weekend. I am also getting up to some very exciting things this weekend, but I will fill you in on that a little bit later. I have to get to my review and then get to work. Hello and happy Saturday. I am all done up today because I'm going out to get a photo shoot of myself done. I have hired one of my friends who is really amazing at photography to help me take some photos, and two other friends are coming along to cheer me on. I know I should be really excited for this and excited to go hang out with my friends, but in all honesty, I am struggling today. I have a smile on my face now because I have mustered up the energy to be like, hello, hi, I'm trying to get myself in the mindset of going to go hang out with friends, but I don't know. This morning I just woke up feeling sad and overwhelmed, and I can't help but think it is kind of like a pour over effect of just being like super stressed at work this past week and feeling like I don't have enough time to get anything done, and just being in kind of this like gloomy mood. So there was no writing that happened this morning, and I'm just trying to take it easy on myself. I just don't really feel like myself, and I'm like, should I be doing these photos? But the whole point of me doing these photos was for me to like feel confident and pretty, and maybe I would even use these photos as like future author photos or something fun like that. It was one of the goals I set for early this year to do this photo shoot in either May or June, and now that it's June, I figured why not do it, and just before my birthday. So even though I am not feeling my greatest, but I know I can trust my friends to be there for me and just accept me as I am showing up today, and I hope we'll get some really nice photos. We're going to a really pretty park with lots of flowers to take the photos, which is, like I said, something I wanted to do, and I'm going to do it even though I'm not feeling my best. So I packed up my backpack with a whole bunch of stuff. I made myself an iced tea in my thermos to go, and I decided to pick the dress that I just felt most like an author in. I don't know, I really adore this dress. I had tried on some other dresses this morning and they just didn't feel like it to me. I feel like this dress kind of embodies a soft gentleness that I hope comes across in my writing, and yeah, I better get out the door now because I don't want to be late to meeting them, but that's the update from me. I'll try to get some clips of us in the park, so look forward to those. Okay, bye for now. We went to the garden for the photo shoot and all the roses were in bloom. It was so beautiful. We started taking the photos and it seemed like the only way I could get nice photos taken was to dance to music. Can you guess what song we're dancing to here? I've mentioned it in a previous video. My friend Catherine is such an amazing photographer and I'm so glad that I got to have her take these photos of me. And my friend Emily is so great at getting these beautiful behind the scenes shots. Of course, we also had to have some fun playing around too.
Okay, go.
And my friend Annabelle was also there to hype me up and to provide behind the scenes narration.
At this time, Nicole was contemplating her entire life choices.
And we successfully finished the shoot. We all got dinner together and had some delicious mango shaved ice for dessert. Hello, it is the next day now and it is Sunday. Most of today was spent running some errands and spending some time with my husband and just catching up on a little bit of video editing. Last night I filmed a good night clip just explaining what happened in the rest of the day and how appreciative I was of all my friends, only for me to realize today that unfortunately I have no audio for that clip. But basically, to reiterate, I was saying that I felt so much better at the end of the day after spending basically the whole afternoon with my friends. They really uplifted me, and getting the chance to do that photo shoot for potential future author content was just so wonderful. And Catherine, my friend who is the photographer that I hired to do the shoot, is so lovely. She knows exactly how to bring out the essence of someone in a photo, and she made me feel so comfortable with her in front of her camera, even though I was entering the photo shoot kind of feeling really low as soon as I saw my friends and just got to be hyped up by them and interact with them. It made me feel so much better. I think I was just like really in my own head this weekend, and even though I talk about these things with my husband and we share each other's struggles, sometimes it's just really nice to get that female support and outside perspective. And yeah, I just kind of realized like maybe I was too much in my own head, but it's just been a really stressful time at work. There's a big period of transition and I feel like there's a lot of things on my plate. Another thing I wanted to talk about was like my struggles with video editing. I wasn't going to talk about this, but I feel like I need to talk about it because it's also been something that's on my plate that's been affecting me. I've really been wanting to make more writing videos. I find that the time I am most productive with my writing is when I can sneak in those moments before work. But I've just kind of found that I haven't had the time. My creative time in the mornings is often spent editing a video, and then in the evenings I'm just so exhausted after work. All I want to do is spend time with my husband and escape to Hyrule in the new Zelda game. For the past little while, the video editing software I was using, which I will not name because I don't want to put out negative words about the video editing software. It was great for me in the beginning. It was really great. I got an upgrade for it. It was wonderful at first, and then there were just so many crashes and setbacks. I would constantly lose the video files I was editing, which was such a huge stressor on me. I had a moment where I wanted to just completely give up on making videos in all capacity because I was so fed up with the software, which is a really negative way of thinking about it. But as soon as that moment cleared, I was like, I need to find a new solution and look into a new video editing software. So very recently I have switched to Adobe Premiere Pro, even though it is a software that I now have to pay monthly for. It's really helped my workflow a lot, so I'm thinking as I kind of get caught up on my video editing and learning it more, I'll be able to get things done faster and make more time for writing. But that's kind of where I've been at, with a mixture of work and then spending so much extra time like struggling with the software of video editing. There just hasn't been a lot of time for writing, and also not a lot of time for me to relax. And although I planned for this to be like a weekend writing vlog, getting in lots of words, making lots of progress, it just hasn't been, and I've been feeling guilty about that. I'm just not feeling in the right mindset to write and to focus on that when I have so many other things on my mind. It has been really nice though to kind of look through my manuscript and just figure out those gaps I need to fill out to be able to take the next step in writing. So yeah, I hope you can understand, because I know a lot of you guys are here for the writing content, and I'm sorry I haven't been able to put anything out recently. I think it's just a cycle in life. I know there are some writers who can constantly write, and that is amazing, and they are amazing. I don't think I'm one of those writers, especially when other things in life are happening, but I will be getting back to that very soon. I'm hoping this week ahead I'll be able to get more writing done, and I will vlog it for you. But enough of my very long chat to you. Tonight is another kind of writing related event, which I'm very excited about. Tonight I'm going to go see Tegan and Sara, and if you don't know who Tegan and Sara are, they are a twin sister Canadian music duo. I love their music so much. I've been a fan of them for years, and they have written one book called High School, which detailed their experiences going to a Canadian high school and everything that comes along with that. They are both lesbians, so that book also talked about their queer experiences, and recently, very recently, just a few days ago, they released their latest book, a graphic novel called Junior High, and tonight I get to go and see Tegan and Sara talk about their book. I have been to their concerts. I love their music. I love their concerts. I love the banters that they have during their concerts. They are both charismatic women, and it is Pride Month, so I'm very excited to go to their event. It is a great time to go see them and to listen to them talk about their latest book, which hopefully will inspire me to do some more writing, or maybe I will learn something new or interesting at the talk. I mean, I'm sure I will. My brother is going to be going with me, so I'm going to go and pick him up, and then we are going to go to the talk. We headed out to the event, which was being held at a church. The event ticket includes a signed copy of Junior High, and I'm so excited to read it. Before the event began, we started reading our books, and my brother printed me a bookmark from his portable printer. It's so cute. And then it was time for the show.
I just want to say, if you drive in this city and it doesn't have to be me, but why don't we just all relax a little bit, you know? We're twins and we live in Calgary. Got a booty for me? Sarah's the neat one. Yes, if you see clothes on the floor, you've caught yourself tea.
Hello, it is a few days later now, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about the event to close out this video. As I mentioned, the event ticket came with a signed copy of Junior High. It is signed by Tegan and Sara and the artist of the graphic novel, Tilly Walden. It was really nice getting to hear Tegan and Sara talk about their latest graphic novel, Junior High, and I haven't finished reading it yet, but already I am so impressed with the artwork. It is like a fictionalized version of their time in junior high. They mentioned that they had to tone it down a little bit, clean it up a little bit to make it more appropriate for younger audiences to read, because it sounds like their real experience at junior high was maybe not appropriate for the age group that this book is targeted towards. But they also mentioned that they are hoping that this book will be suitable for all ages, that everyone can find it relatable. Growing up, I didn't go to junior high. I just had elementary school and high school and then post-secondary school. But yeah, I've really been enjoying reading it so far. I especially love the artwork. The two twins are color-coded, so one twin's story is told in blue ink and the other one is told in red ink. But when they come together, it's told in purple, which I think is just so magical. I was expecting it to be black and white, so having that extra touch of color is just awesome. And the talk overall was great. I took in so many things. They talked about all different aspects of the creative process and kind of the work that went into the book, talking a little bit about how they started out by writing a script, which they didn't expect to do for writing a graphic novel. I have a little bit of graphic novel writing experience from some past classes I've taken, and I totally agree. I think a lot of people don't understand how much work goes into writing a graphic novel. I mean, there is an incredible amount of work that goes into it when you create the artwork, but also writing the script, I feel like it could be very similar to writing like a movie or a TV script. You very much have to describe what happens in every panel and all the dialogue, and that was a new experience for them, which they seem to really enjoy and embrace. One thing that they did touch upon towards the end of the conversation, the end of the talk, was the differences between Tegan and Sara and their creative processes. Sara described herself very much as a creative marathoner. She has to do something creative related to her craft every single day. They are both multi-talented. They are writers, they are artists, they are musical artists, they're everything. So Sara says that every day she has to spend some time working towards her current project or whatever, doing something creative every day, whether that's putting in creative effort into emails or actually writing a song or actually writing the script of a novel. She just has to do something every day, and that Tegan is more of a creative sprinter, which she didn't elaborate on it too much more, but I can assume that that means that instead of creative marathoning where something is done every day, that creative sprinting is putting in a big burst of energy towards something creative when the time is right. Sara was also talking about how when she was younger, it seemed like she could just sit down with her guitar or sit down to do some songwriting and it would just happen. It sounded like creativity was a switch that she could just turn on and off. And as she's gotten older, Sara has realized that creativity isn't just a switch she can turn on and off, which is the reason behind this creative marathoning. Even though she does something creative every single day, there are the days when she absolutely does not want to give anything creatively. She has her head down on the desk. And then there are some days that are fantastic where everything flows wonderfully, but she definitely has put in an effort every single day. I know that just now I was saying that I don't think I'm the type of writer who can write every day. And while I think that is true, I think definitely I could adapt this creative marathoning approach to helping me be more consistent with writing on my novel. Even if it's just putting in a few minutes here and there every day, even if it's not writing, even if it's just brainstorming or thinking about my novel, not putting the pressure on myself when it comes to these time crunches, which I really just feel so stressed about. I just want to try putting in a little bit of effort every single day, and that's what I'm going to be doing in my next upcoming writing vlog, which I'm working on right now. And spoiler alert, so far I'm feeling pretty good about it. I know that the progress is not huge, but I also know from past experiences, from doing NaNoWriMo, from doing Camp NaNoWriMo, that a little bit of effort put in consistently goes a long way. And I think that goes for a lot of other things too. If you do something for just a few minutes a day, it really just adds up. And something that I hear a lot is that the time will pass anyways. So if the time is gonna pass anyways, why not put in the time towards doing what you actually want to do? And I think for me, that is working on my novel. That's the update for me. Going to the event was so special, and it was really nice to just relax and be present and enjoy the moment rather than getting caught up in everything that's going on in my life. And it was just a reminder of like, I do like being creative. I like being a creative and I enjoy other people's creative processes as well. And that is all from me. If you enjoyed this vlog, I would love it if you left me a like. And if you want to leave me a comment down below, I would just love to hear what you're reading now. Are there any graphic novels you're into? Can you relate to any of the struggles that I talked about in this video? I do feel very vulnerable whenever I share stuff in my videos, but I think it's good to get kind of like a peek into actually what someone might be struggling with, to know that you're not alone if you're also having struggles with being creative or just in general. I also make more vlogs like this, sharing my daily happenings of what's going on in my life, writing vlogs, and recently I've started a new series where I am sharing a very old Sims 2 story that I wrote as a teen, which is super fun. I'll leave all the links in the description down below if you want to check that out. So please subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Thanks so much for watching and for spending some time with me, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!